Can you describe your experience of the retreat, and are there any key takeaways from your stay?
Right, well, where to start? Because it's been absolutely amazing, and I have learnt so much about nutrition and the benefits of different ways of eating. So I knew it was time for me to change my eating habits, and this has given me a wealth of information, but also motivation to change. So I guess if you ask me what would be the most impressive thing, it has been the quality of the presentations that I've had, and the enthusiasm, the absolute enthusiasm and passion that everybody here has for this principle of and the importance of metabolic health. And so consequently, whilst I've had lots of learning, it's also just been such fun, and there's such a positive atmosphere amongst everybody here that it's actually been a fabulous time to be spending away from. And one of the things that I thought I might find challenging is because I only live 15 minutes away, I thought, well, I don't know if I actually want to stay there. I want to know all of this stuff. But it's like I could have been anywhere, and I think that's been an important part of it too, to actually be away from home and all the distractions and all the noise. And so, I have just so enjoyed being here and doing forest walks and enjoying the grounds of Coombe Grove, as well as all the other things that, that I do enjoy up here, the gym and the classes and the swimming. So to have that whole package has just been sheer indulgence, but actually really so beneficial to me as well. So yeah, it's been great.
As a club member, did you initially have any reservations about joining the retreat? And how have these concerns been addressed through your experience?
Well, I think it's fair to say that I've been fairly cynical about the retreat. So what made me want to come on it was that my partner did one of the sessions and the talks that have been advertised. Then I did, and he thought that was great. And then I did the webinar that Rebecca did about prediabetes, and I thought, oh, that makes such sense. And she was such a great presenter that I thought, this is brilliant. And then that week there was also a talk, I forget what it was actually called, but it was a doctor coming in from Suez to talk about bowel health and stuff, which was also fabulous. And so then I chatted to Rebecca, and she said, well, have you thought about coming on a retreat? And I said, no, I haven't. And she said, well, we've got spaces. And I thought, I need to change what I'm going to do, but it's not happening. So maybe time's right to go on the retreat, and let's just see. And so at the moment, I have so many top tips to take away and things that I'm going to change. And if anybody who knows me watches this, I've just come from the cookery class and I'm really inspired to do some cooking. So that's like nothing short of a miracle. So actually the whole thing has just been great. It's been a pleasure and an education and a just wonderful experience.
Can you describe your experience with the practitioners? Have there been any treatments that you've
Amazing.
Really enjoyed?
Just all of everybody that's part of the team is so professional and so top quality. So all of the treatments that I've had have been amazing. And then we've had after dinner talks every evening, and they've been amazing. So yeah, the quality of everybody here is really first class. And actually, as a member, I now feel very lucky to know that for me, this is my club and I can access these people. So yeah.
How was your experience with the intermittent fasting? Were there any meals that stood out for you?
Well, intermittent fasting was a revelation in itself, because I had always thought I do a lot of exercise, but the majority of my major exercise is in the morning. So I thought it was essential for me to be having breakfast. So when I learned that there were only 2 meals a day, and one of the first meal of the day wasn't until 11:15, and that's to fit in with this concept of time-restricted eating, I thought, this is going to be very, very, very challenging for me. And so I guess that's the big light bulb moment, is if you eat the right food at the right time, so my blood sugar, which, you know, I've been monitoring, is fantastic. It's so stable. And so that's where, again, I think where I have been going wrong. And so what was the question?
Were there any meals that stood out for you?
Oh, just all of them were great. But fresh in my mind, because we've just been doing the cookery, was one of the starters was a buffalumi, which is like a type of cheese, so like halloumi, but even better. And we've just been cooking it again, and it is divine. But actually, the whole experience of trying different foods, and I'm finding that I've needed so much. My craving for sugar has, at the moment, virtually disappeared, and that's been interesting. But I think it's because all the meals have been so flavourful and enjoyable that, yeah.
Would you recommend the retreats to other club members? If so, please tell us why.
I would, to anybody who thinks they need to, if they feel their health is out of balance, which I did actually, even though I do loads of sport and have loads of energy, I knew my body wasn't really functioning properly. And so I knew I needed to change. And I think for me, that was all about eating far too much sugar and sugary foods. So I think it depends on what's your motivation, what's your reason for wanting to come on it. And if, you know, it could be that you just value yourself and you want to make sure that you are giving your body the best food it can have. Because obviously, as we get older, you know, the body needs a bit more looking after. So I would recommend it. And it's just, well, think about why would you want to do it? And there are so many benefits. And so it could be, if you just need a retreat, you don't have to travel 100 miles to somewhere, because we've got these beautiful grounds, we've got, you know, the beautiful outside pool, and here we've done the forest bathing and the kitchen walks. I could be anywhere, you know, and it's a retreat from the stresses and strains and challenges of everyday life to just focus on me, which is a great treat to give yourself, I think.